This is K1DBC. All stations, please stand by. The Denver Radio Club Learning Net starts in approximately 5 minutes.
The Strange Child of Dill and Kosher Sweet.
Sounds good. Hello and welcome to the Hackaday podcast. I'm Elliot Williams.
And I'm Al Williams.
This is episode 367, Radioactive Weather, Continuous Pickles, and Moon Junk. This week in Hackaday News, Tom Nardi had a busy week in Philadelphia. It was Philadelphia Maker Faire and VCF, Vintage Computer Festival East, and he went to both events, took a whole bunch of photos. Go read his post on it. Looks like he had an absolutely great time. The top of the post is all crazy retro computers, and the bottom of the post is all insane maker devices, including a replica of the Curiosity rover that somebody stuck a Hackaday Jolly Rancher sticker on.
Who could have done that?
I wonder if it was Tom. Yeah, two awesome events in one weekend. Tom went to go to both of them. You can live vicariously through him like I did. Other Hackaday news, Hackaday Europe is in a couple and a half weeks now. We will be announcing the last round of speakers probably on Tuesday next week. If you are at all interested in joining us May evening of the 15th and then the 16th and the 17th in Lecco, Italy, come on over. Links in the show notes where you can get yourself some tickets. If you still haven't, come on and join us. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic time. And as you are listening to this, the Green Powered Challenge is getting ready to wrap up. It actually closes off at like 8 o'clock at night Pacific time on Friday. So if you're listening to this podcast, you can still run home, get your project up on Hackaday.io and submit it to the Green Power Challenge if you've got one like that. As soon as it's officially closed, we will start looking at the projects and get some $150 DigiKey gift certificates out to the winners. What else? More Hackaday news, mailbag mea culpa. I am afraid that I misconfigured the mailbag@hackaday.com email address. So if you've been sending things to the Hackaday mailbag, please send them again. We've been just not getting them. We're not ignoring you. I'm an idiot and can't configure Google Groups to work as a mailing list, apparently. I've debugged it. It works now. So mailbag@hackaday.com. And then for lack of anything else, let's do a What's That Sound?
This is a journey into sound.
What's that sound?
What's that sound?
I hear you don't know what it is this week either, so we're both guessing. Is that right?
Yeah, this week is a Guess the Sound week. Christina sent this one in, so I think we're both going to have to guess at it and see what we can come up with. All right, I think it should be in the folder by now. Really short?
I have a theory.
I have a theory too. What do you think? You go first.
Okay, do you remember a while back we did the piece on the typewriters that actually used pin plotting? I think she's found one, and that's the sound of it plotting.
Oh, okay. I think it's one of those that have the goes shrunk.
Like a... Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what they're called. That's my guess.
Good luck to you, Elliot. I don't know.
I'll write Christina. We'll see which one of us gets it right.
I'm guessing it's neither of us, to be honest with you, but yes.
It's kind of anticlimactic when neither of us know what it is. This is horrible. Anyway, you, dear listener, can head on over to hackaday.com/podcast.
This is K1DBC. All stations, please stand by. The Denver Radio Club Learning Net starts in approximately 1 minute.
0TX repeater.
That have the goes shrunk.
Like a... Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what they're called. That's my guess.
Good luck to you, Elliot. I don't know.
I'll write Christina. We'll see which one of us gets it right.
I'm guessing it's neither of us, to be honest with you, but yes.
It's kind of anticlimactic when neither of us know what it is. This is horrible. Anyway, you, dear listener, can head on over to hackaday.com/podcast, scroll down to What's That Sound, fill in the form with your best guess, and next week we'll see who gets it right. Lucky winner from the audience gets a Hackaday podcast t-shirt. Al and I get bupkis. That doesn't seem fair. All right, well, let's get started with the hacks. I'd like to pick up Dennis's DIY smart button gets surprisingly complicated. This is an awesome home automation hack. It ended up being a really nicely thought out system, but it's
Hello and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net for April 29th, 2026. It's a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics in general. And thankfully we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. This is Kilo 1, Delta Bravo Charlie. My name is Daron. I'm this evening's net control. Tonight we'll be taking your check-ins, comments, questions, updates, and more. We meet every Wednesday except the third Wednesday of the month at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490 with a minus 600 kilohertz offset, or 448.625 with a minus 5 megahertz offset. We're also on our Echolink repeater, 449.350, and our DMR repeater, 446.7875, all with a minus 5 megahertz offset. In addition, you can also talk via our AllStar link node, 42851, our Echolink node, 4140, and now our DMR Brandmeister talk group, 310804. There are apps, Android and iPhone apps, if you don't have a compatible radio, so check that out online. You can contact us at elmer@w0tx.org and most social media at Denver Radio Club. We also stream and archive our nets on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. So if you'd like to see behind the scenes of the net or visual context, that is an additional way to view and participate in the net. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. The suffix is the first letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, please try to use ITU phonetics for your call sign and indicate if you have traffic or questions as you check in. If you'd like to follow along with the check-in process, no self-check-ins, unfortunately, just at the moment, but you can view who has checked in. w0tx.org/check-in. With that, if your call suffix begins with letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
Kilo 0 Lima Papa Romeo, Lanier and Inglewood.
Alpha Fox 0 Echo, Alex Bromfield.
Kilowatt Delta 0, Charlie Golf Fox, Kenny, currently Mobile, no traffic.
This is K1 DBC Net Control. I'd like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-ins: K0 LPR Lanier, AF0E Alex, and KD0 CGF Kenny. Thank you all so much for checking in. Once more, if your call suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now. All right, we'll open up the whole alphabet then. We're taking all call signs, all call suffixes A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. If you'd like to check in to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net just for the count, or if you have traffic or questions, we're taking all calls A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please check in now.
Kilo Delta 0 Victor Hotel Delta, Kevin, outside of Como.
Net Control would like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-in. KD0VHD, Kevin, just outside of Como. Got you checked in. This is K1 DBC Net Control. We're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. If you'd like to check in just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, let me know your call sign, your name, and again, if you have any traffic or questions, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, please call now. All right, this is K1 at DBC Net Control. Nothing heard just at the moment. Again, just a reminder, we're also transmitting over our Echo Link repeater and our DMR Brandmeister repeater via talk group 310804 for Brandmeister and node 4140 for the Echo Link node, as well as AllStar link 42851. So if you have a compatible DMR radio or an Android or iPhone, you can download some apps to communicate via those methods if you'd like. We are going to be disconnecting the DMR connection after the net is done, but just be aware, it's not permanent just yet. So again, those methods are available. We're taking all check-ins, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. If you'd like to check in, please call now.
Whiskey Romeo 7 Foxtrot Ryan and Centennial.
All right, Net Control would like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-in. WR7F, Whiskey Romeo 7 Fox. Ryan, checking in. Got you checked in. Thank you so much for checking in. This is K1 DBC Net Control. 6 check-ins so far this evening. A little bit light on the count, but that's all right. I have maybe a couple of things I can bring up. I didn't see anybody indicate they had any traffic or questions. Last week was the 4th Wednesday of the month where we have our board meeting. Unfortunately, I still haven't been able to get a net control operator for that. Again, thanks to Jim N0TRP, who's been able to take that for as long as he has been able to. But if anybody is interested, 4th Wednesdays of the month should be open if anybody is wanting to take net control operations during the when we have our board meeting. So if we don't get anybody again, there will be probably it'll be off and on for the next couple of months. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Again, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. If you'd like to check in, please call now.
Doran, I've got a comment. This is Ryan, WR7F.
All right, sounds good. This is K1 at DBC Net Control. We'll take check-ins throughout the net, and if there's a lull in the conversation, don't hesitate to jump on in. With that, we'll throw it over to Ryan, WR7F. The net is yours.
0TX repeater.
Thank you, Doran. This is Ryan, WR7F. I just wanted to mention the AllStar edition is pretty interesting. I am a member of an alternative ham radio club. This is based out of the company that I work for, kind of like the Microsoft hams or Boeing's and similar. I just wanted to say I tested the AllStar connection I think last week around this time, not around this time, like Thursday or so. And I want to say the AllStar connection works really well. I'm really happy with it. So thanks for getting that set up. This is Ryan, WR7F.
Excellent. Great to hear that. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, it was something we kind of had for quite a long time and really never understood the capabilities of it until Robert K0RCW started checking in via that method, and then we realized that it was definitely quite underutilized and we could do quite a lot with it. So yeah, AllStar Link, the internet connection into our repeater, enables quite a lot of opportunities for our repeater internet or interconnections and things like that. And yeah, it makes it a lot easier to jump on in if you don't have a radio or if you're not in range. So yeah, glad to hear that. So yeah, if anybody's interested, again, AllStar link node 42851. You can download an Android or iPhone app, or just communicate over our regular repeater via the analog. Excellent. Anyone else on that? Comments, questions, check-ins? I can certainly bring up a couple more things that I've been working on surrounding that, but anyone else? Please call now.
CGF with the comment.
Kenny, KD0, CGF, the net is yours.
It's actually more of a question. You said you needed help running the net on the third Wednesday of the month or the fourth?
That is correct. The fourth Wednesday of the month, next month, that's going to be May 20th. So if you're interested, I can shoot you over all the details. But if you have any questions or anything else on that, go right ahead. That'd be awesome.
Yes, sir. Should be able to help with that. I'll keep you posted if things changed. Things are going good right now, so I'm pretty confident. If you want to go ahead and send me the information, I'll certainly put it on my calendar and give you guys a hand. KD0 CGF, back to net.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you so much for volunteering for that. I really do appreciate that, KD0CGF. Yeah, if anything comes up, please don't hesitate to let me know. I will get that sent over after the net. And again, if anybody's interested, we have a script you can read from. You could deviate as much as you really want, I guess, as long as you kind of relay all the necessary information. And we have a check-in tool, w0tx.org/check-in. Net control operators just need to type in a call sign and all the information pops up for them. So pretty streamlined now. Yeah, so that's awesome. So thanks again, Kenny, KD0CGF. Again, if anybody is interested, send me an email, k1dbc@w0tx.org, and I'll send you information over as well. Excellent. This is K1DBC. I don't see anybody else indicate any traffic or questions or anything at the moment, but anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, please call now.
Checking in. My name is Shay. I'm a new ham. I got my license yesterday, so I'm very confused on how this whole process works.
I think that was Jay. I think call sign you were coming over our DMR potentially. K6AKS, is that correct? Kilo 6 Alpha Kilo Sierra?
Station. I say again, my call sign is Kilo Fox 0 Yankee Fox Uniform.
All right, Shay, I got you that time. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Yankee Foxtrot Uniform. I'm not sure I heard it that first time. Thank you so much for checking in. Yeah, this is a pretty casual net, just taking check-ins as you just did. And if you have any questions, congrats on getting licensed there. If you have any insight or any knowledge on of testing or how you went through that, let us know. But excellent, glad to hear you in there, KF0YFU. If you have anything, go right ahead.
Alpha, Kilo Sierra. California.
Signs, KS0 Lightview.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Not sure if the transmission's coming in completely there, Shay, but we did also have another check-in there. Javier, K6AKS, checking in over Brandmeister. Javier, thank you so much for checking in there. YFU, sorry if you got caught off there, but yeah, if you or anyone else has anything, or Javier, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Glad to see new call signs, new names in there. Really do appreciate that. This is a pretty casual net. We usually have about 15 or so check-ins. It lasts usually about an hour. Goes till about 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So another 45 minutes or so. We'll take check-ins throughout the net. I have some things I can bring up, just some recent news, recent ham radio stuff we've been working on. But if anybody has comments, questions, any projects you're working on recently, any equipment that you bought, again, congrats to Shay on being a new ham there. I know that testing definitely isn't always the funnest thing, but hopefully things go well there. Looks like he is a technician, so still a little bit more testing to do. But don't ever hesitate to ask us any questions or ask your VEs any questions. Hopefully everyone is pretty open to helping out. So yeah, everyone, thanks so much for checking in so far. We've had 8 check-ins, including myself. Anyone else so far? Comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now.
This is Kilo 6 Alpha, Kilo Sierra Javier over here in Riverside, California. First time here. I was sitting here waiting for my daughter to practice, and watching YouTube, and I saw the YouTube that is live on, so I figured I'd come in to the Toy Store and say hello to you guys and find out a little bit more about what's going on, and I'll be right here listening and standing by, and just curious to see what this net's about. This is Kilo 6 Alpha, Kilo Sierra Riverside, California. Thank you guys.
Excellent. Thank you so much for doing that. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, a bit of a backlog of videos you can go through if you like. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. Just a general Q&A about ham radio STEM topics. We usually just bring up different stories, recent projects, things like that. It's been kind of quiet over the last couple of months, but hopefully we'll get a little bit more activity here soon. Yeah, excellent. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. We archive and stream most of our nets and meetings on there. So if anybody misses it, feel free to check that out. That's awesome. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for checking in over DMR. This is a new addition to our interlinked system. So glad to hear people using that.
That's affirmative. I'm picking you up real nice over here through the DMR. Now through Droidstar on my I didn't get the information. I'll look more into it. Usually the net that I participate is on KR60K on Fridays. Fridays at 7 p.m. Arizona time. And you can find a lot of information on the KR60K.com. So it's about an hour and a half net. It's pretty neat how it's been going on for a while. And I've been learning a lot from the gentleman there. Well, back to you, and I'll stand by. I'll be listening. This is Kilo 6 Alpha, Kilo Sierra.
Excellent. Sounds good. Not a problem. This is K1 DBC Net Control looking at the QRZ page for KR60K. Bienvenidos todos al system de KR60K. It's a bilingual amateur radio network, which is pretty cool there. I had not heard of that, so I'll have to check them out. Excellent. This is K1 at DBC Net Control. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? I can certainly bring up a couple things, but anyone else? Please call in. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I guess I can go into a little bit what I've been working on. Just more linking of repeaters, saying what we can do further. We have one more repeater, a Wires X repeater, which is kind of eluding me actually how to even use it. So I'm buying a C4FM, a used C4FM radio, I think a Yaesu FT70D, which should be Wires X compatible. So I'll be playing around with that a little bit more. I've been setting up an XLX reflector. I think that is for D-Star, mostly is what it looks like. Let's see, a reflector is software running on a computer with no radios attached to it, typically a server in a data center, to which repeaters and hotspots connect to. A reflector can be thought of as an audio conference server. Each reflector has different modules identified with letters. The modules can be seen as conference rooms within the conference server. Repeaters' hotspots connect to a module of the reflector. Whenever someone transmits via radio onto a repeater/hotspot connected to this reflector module, the transmission will be rebroadcasted toward all other repeaters and hotspots connected to that same reflector. It gets reflected to all connected repeaters and hotspots, hence the name reflector module. So there's different types of reflector modules: REF, XRF, and DCS, as well as XLX. Let's see, looking it over on a webpage, November 5 Alpha Mike Delta. An REF reflector, notably D-Star's first reflector system that was not originally implemented into D-Star. DCS, closed source as well, built to replace REF with its added functionalities. XRF reflectors, X reflectors, first to be open source, most are built using the XLX software code. And finally, XLX, first multi-protocol reflector with transcoding ability and giving admins complete control over the reflector. All that is to say, this basically converts digital to digital and digital to analog audio. So this is what we would need, I think, to connect in our Wires X node. So I am looking into that. I think some extra hardware is required. There's some physical AMBE, a USB looking stick. Let's see, capability to transcode from one digital mode to another. Users can connect via DMR and talk to D-Star users, or connect via Yaesu System Fusion and talk to D-Star. A hardware AMBE vocoder, USB chips are required for that to happen. But once we have an XLX server and vocoder chips, all you need to do is install the hardware and the software and connect it on up. So I know that was a lot of word salad there, but if anybody's played around with C4FM or Yaesu System Fusion or Wires X, let me know, because it's kind of my first time playing around with that stuff. Anyone else on that, go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. If you're interested in looking at my reflector, number 442, xlx.k1dbc.com, port 8081. I have not really been able to use it too much. I've connected into it via my hotspot, my DMR Pi-Star hotspot. I connected in once, but really couldn't figure out much more what to do with it at the moment at that time. So still looking into that. Again, if anybody's interested, D-Star, Yaesu System Fusion, we might have some things coming up on that soon via our main repeater. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now. All right. We'll take this opportunity to take further check-ins then. If you're just tuning in, this is Kilo 1, Delta Bravo Charlie, K1 DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. Sorry, I had to check in online, K0BF, Justin. Appreciate that. If you're tuning in, though, either via our main 14549 repeater, our Echo Link repeater on 449.35, or our DMR repeater 446.7875, or on any of the Echo Link, AllStar, or DMR talk groups or nodes, we're taking all check-ins. This is the Denver Radio Club Learning Net, great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics. If you'd like to check in, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Please call now.
Bravo Yankee uniform, K9 BYU Russell Mobile.
K9 BYU Russell, got you checked in. Thank you so much for checking in. Again, we're taking all check-ins, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. If you'd like to check in just for the count, or if you have any traffic questions, please call now. All right, nothing heard just at the moment. Again, once more, if you'd like to check in, we're taking all check-ins, comments or questions, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. If you'd like to check in, or if you have any further comments or questions, please call now.
0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I guess to cover some club business, and then we can get back to things here. Let's see, upcoming DRC Saturday event, May 9th, Parks on the Air at the Rocky Flats National Wildlife Refuge. More information over on our website, w0tx.org, under Events and DRC Saturday. You can find out more on the Rocky Flats National Wildlife Refuge. The Parks on the Air is number US-0225. Let's see, again, POTA.app, POTA.app, and you can look up the 0225 Rocky Flats National Wildlife Refuge. We'll be setting up and activating the park as W0TX, setting up ready by 9 a.m. This will be at the north entrance point to the park. And again, a Google Maps link is listed on our website. It's at the parking lot for the Walnut Creek Loop Trail, just off of 120th Avenue. So if anybody's interested, May 9th, 9 a.m., mark your calendars. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Comments, questions, check-ins, anything else on that or anything else, please call now. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Further club business. One of our board of directors, Jeff Irvin, KB0CHT, has decided to step down from his position as a board member. So if anybody's interested, this is a position that's only going to be just a few months. Our next election is in September. So if you're interested in maybe just a temporary position or trying it out for size, if you'd like to become a DRC board member, send an email to our club president, Kevin Schmidt, president at w0tx.org. We meet once a month at a board meeting. It is open for everyone, although we have been lacking on supplying the information on how to join. But if anybody's interested, let us know as well. But a board member position is opening up, and it will be re-elected again in September this year. So if anybody's interested, again, president at w0tx.org. If you'd like to shape how our club works and would like to be part of the inner workings, that is an opportunity to do so. As well as, again, in September, there are going to be 4 or so positions, 5 positions open up if not reelected. One for our vice president, one for our secretary, and 3 board members in total. This is K1DBC Net Control. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now.
The time is 8 p.m. Weather conditions, lightning, temperature 46 degrees.
This is K1DBC Net Control. That was another edition, if you heard our ident there at the top of the hour. Instead of saying the time alone, it is now saying the weather. So thanks to a developer by the name of Hardened Penguin over on GitHub. Let me see here. I think Jory Pratt on the... let me see here. I think it was actually maybe Joe by the call sign of Kilo Delta 2 November Fox Charlie and other work by KD5FMU. Pretty awesome little tool. No API keys required, no logins required. Just had to update basically a scheduled job that runs on the hour, and it uses the NOAA METAR, METAR, as well as the Open Meteo API. Based on a zip code. So really we just had to configure a couple of things and working pretty well. So if anybody's interested, again, on our repeaters, we're starting to get more and more access into them, at least the internet connected ones. We do have SSH access into our AllStar link, and we should have other remote access into some of the other ones. So if anybody's interested in repeater inner workings, I might be giving a talk in the next couple of months, potentially informal at one of our meetings. But if anybody's interested, let us know. And there's also always lots of opportunities to get involved there. This is K1DBC Net Control. Anyone else? It's 8:02 p.m. Mountain Time. We have another 30 or so minutes. Further comments, questions, check-ins, anything you'd like to provide to the club, anything you're working on, let us know. A through Z, Alpha through Zulu are taking all check-ins, and if anybody has any further comments or questions, please call in.
CGF with a comment.
Let's see, this is K1DBC Net Control. We had a question in the chat here by Dustin, and we also had Kenny. KD0CGF, the net is yours. Go ahead.
So I'm going to make this kind of quick because I'm out by DIA and I don't know how happy they'd be with me being on the radio near the planes. But so the idea that came up because I got to do it, tower safety and kind of like ideas to climb towers and what's going on up there. So essentially what's happening is I was asked to climb the radio tower, which I'll be doing in the next couple days when we get better weather, and bring down one of the vertical antennas, inverted V's, sorry. It's, let me drop for a second. It's not the Alpha Delta, it's the 5GRV antenna. We got to bring it down and inspect it because it's given us some trouble on tuning on 40, I believe, was the issue. But we're under the impression that there's a break in the coax on the ladder line. But just thinking of like, hey, safety idea. What safety precautions do people take when they climb a tower and all of that jazz. KD0, CGF, back to net.
That is a great question there. Yeah, absolutely. Safety is pretty much key when it comes to things like that. I did a little bit of rock climbing when I was in high school. I haven't really done anything in the last 10 or so plus years, and haven't really done any tower work myself. Google is just saying full body harness, never rely on a lineman's belt. A full body harness with D-rings is necessary. 100% tie off, always use a positioning lanyard or fall arrest system to ensure you are attached to the tower at all times while climbing. Equipment inspection, check harnesses for worn webbing and rusted hardware. Ground crew / observer, never climb alone, have a helper present to assist in emergencies. Proper gear, use double locking carabiners, ensure all equipment is rated for human load. Pre-climb inspection, check for rusted, damaged, or bent bow tower legs, particularly on guide towers. Structural hazards, inspect for hornet, wasp nests, hollow leg towers, water ingress. Inspect the guy wires for tension and broken wires. They have quite a few more things on here. For crank-up telescoping, never climb extended, only climb a crank-up tower if it's fully retracted. Grounding, install multiple ground rods and connect all equipment for lightning protection. RF exposure safety, ensure your family and guests are aware of the station's operation. Evaluate your station's compliance with the FCC maximum permissible exposure. Just a few things I'm just getting from Google AI there. Anyone else, though? Tower safety. Yeah, I'm sure just the basics that you might think of would probably be best. If you have anything else on that or anyone else, go right ahead.
So, KD0CGF, when I go and climb it, I will certainly take pictures, and once we find out what's going on with the antenna, once we get it down, I'll take some more pictures, and I'll send them to you next week and share them with you guys.
Excellent. Yeah, that'd be great to hear. Yeah, let us know. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Let's see. Looks like DX Engineering has a pretty good 5 or so part series, video series on their YouTube page about amateur radio tower safety. So it looks like that might be worth looking into. Yeah, kind of mentioned what I was just mentioning there from Google AI. It looks like examining guy wires, climbing with positioning gear, introduction to climbing, part 1, rigging a load on a tower. Yeah, it might be worth looking into. And yeah, we'd love to see some photos of that. So yeah, if anybody's interested, our club as well is looking for people to help with our repeaters. We have less and less people over the years who are able to climb and do so. Those who have are aging out and don't feel as comfortable doing that anymore. So yeah, if Kenny, if you feel comfortable, yeah, let us know and try to give you a shot on one of ours, because yeah, we certainly have a lot of a bit of inspecting to do and some upkeep and maintenance on our end as well. So yeah, glad to hear. So yeah, if anybody else comments or questions on that, yeah, we'll look forward to hearing the results of that. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, that would be great to hear the results of that. Yeah, if anybody's interested in tower climbing, if you've done any rock climbing in the past or work like that, might be something up your alley. So if anybody's interested, again, send us an email and we'll try to get you worked out with the correct people. This is K1 DBC Net Control, 8:09, almost 8:10 p.m. Mountain Time. Comments, questions, check-ins. Again, Dustin, K0BF, had a question about DMR. I'll get back to him in just a second. Anyone else, though? Comments, questions, check-ins. Please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control, K0BF in our YouTube chat. Had a question on programming an Alinco DMR radio, Delta Romeo dash Mike Delta 500, having some struggling to program the DMR portion of it. Analog programming is working just fine, but not the DMR part. If anybody has comments or questions on that, the Alinco DRMD 500T. Let's see here. It should come with, the CPS software, the customer programming software. One suggestion, let's see here. Well, I was going to suggest going over to the RMHAM website, rmham.org /sample-code plugs. Doesn't look like they actually have one for the Alinco. They have Anytones, Motorola's, Titeras, but not seeing an Alinco. Programming a DMR radio from scratch is certainly a kind of a pain. Let me see here. Yeah, if there was a sample code plug, it would basically garner a fully working DMR radio, essentially. Someone has already pre-populated several hundred channels, analog and digital, as well as all of the necessary settings for DMR. I guess it is. He's saying it's potentially an uncommon radio, unfortunately, so... I don't know if you can maybe potentially use one of these other ones and maybe export them, but I'm wondering, does anybody out there have an Alinco DMR radio in the Denver area? Go right ahead.
This is Ryan, WR7F. I'm looking at that radio right now, and it doesn't necessarily look like it supports chirp, which is unfortunate. Chirp is a pretty cross-radio program for programming DMR-style radios. So, I don't know. There may be some software out there. There probably is, but it's not going to be... as available as some... Oh, wait, hold on. No, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's. I don't see anything, so that's all I can find. WR7F.
All right, gotcha there, WR7F. Thanks for the follow-up on that. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's chirp compatible. I just downloaded the software from Alinco, the actual CPS software, and it looks pretty much the exact same as the Anytone software. And in fact, the file that comes with it is a RDT file. Let me see if I can just import my Anytone one into this. No, unfortunately, it doesn't look like it can do an exact import. But let me see here. I bet there's something we can find. I'm not be able to figure it out right now, but looking at the programming software for his radio there, the Alinco, and looking at the programming software for my Anytone, they are exactly the same, in fact. So I might not have an answer today, but I think we might be able to convert one of the sample code plugs for usage to that. So I'll send you a message if I figure something out, Dustin. He looks like he mentioned he also went ahead and got the RT system software. It seems to have a few more features than the free built-in one. So yeah, if anybody's interested, we may be able to come up with a code plug. No promises at the moment, but at least potentially with the RT system software, he's able to maybe do a bit of import from an online database with DMR digital radio information to program it in. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Anyone else? DMR radio programming, it is kind of a pain in the butt if you don't have a code plug to go off of. There's a lot of different variables and a lot of different repeaters and options out there. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now.
0TX repeater.
All right, well, oddly enough, I'm actually able to import the Alinco one into the Anytone software, so that might be something we can check into. I'll see if I can get something this evening maybe for you, but it looks like there is some potential to get that working. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Comments, questions, check-ins, 8:15, 8:16 now. Mountain Time, another 15 or so minutes. Comments, questions, check-ins. Please call now. This is K1 DBC Net Control. I was just trying to play around a little bit more with this programming software, see if I can find something real quick here. Comments, questions, check-ins, another 15 or so minutes for this evening's Learning Net. Please call now. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Again, we're transmitting over on our DMR. We'll get this set up again for our Sunday night net and again for next week's Wednesday net. It happens automatically. In the background, it's scheduled to automatically connect and disconnect. So net control operators don't actually need to do anything. We are coming up with some codes and tones to set up so net control operators can manually disconnect and can manually connect it. So if anybody's interested, again, net control operations, Sundays and Wednesdays, plenty of opportunities if you'd like to help participate. Let's see, though. Let's see, K0BF mentioned thanks us for our help here. He's all over the HF stuff, though. It's awesome. Really cool stuff. Comments, questions, check-ins, another 10, 15 so minutes. Please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Just trying to clean some things up on my end. Let me see if I have anything else at the moment. Again, I've really just been, my radio stuff has just been kind of working on some of the repeater interlinking and understanding how to get things connected up and what works and what doesn't. Hopefully in the future, if all things go well, we may have a permanent connection between most of our internet connected repeaters. So we have that to look forward to. Field Day is coming up, a couple of months, so be on the lookout, w0tx.org/field day for more information. More information as well over on arl.org/field day. June 27th and 28th. Ham Radio's open house every June. More than 31,000 hams throughout North America set up temporary transmitting stations in public places to demonstrate ham radio's science, skill, and service to our communities and our nation. It combines public service, emergency preparedness, community outreach, and technical skills all in a single event. Field Day has been an annual event since 1933 and remains the most popular event in ham radio. So if you can't attend ours, check out over on arl.org, their Field Day locator. You can type in your zip code or address, and it should bring up local field days. All right. This is K1DBC Net Control. I'm seeing what else I have here. Again, let's see, arl.org/news. Some recent news from them. A new technician class question pool released to be effective July 1st, 2026. Let's see what they had changed here. Let's see. They mention some revisions to about 4 questions in the pool. The updated questions have been incorporated into the published technician questions pool. Let me see if I can find out the exact information. Let's see, the National Conference of Volunteer Examiner Coordinators website, ncvec.org, does have the questions that were modified. Let me see here. 4 questions. They don't actually show... Oh, let's see. They have changed these questions to read the following. For which classes of amateur radio licenses does the FCC currently issue new licenses? Another question is they've changed wording to a difference in which of the following causes electron flow. Second to last one here, what is the function of the switch which selects either single sideband or CWFM on some VHF power amplifiers? And finally, what hazards exist when rapidly charged or discharging an unprotected battery? So that is what they said they had changed. Minor changes, looks like, potentially. Let me see here. Well, I did not do enough research on that, so I don't have much more on that. But yeah, every year the question pool does slightly change. Either additions, subtractions, or modifications to be more, I guess, truthful in the wording and answering of questions. So minor changes, but yeah, if anybody's interested, arl.org/news. This is K1 DBC Net Control. I was trying to find some information here. Give me just a second. May have brought this up last time, a couple of weeks ago. Just wanted to bring it up again, though. If anybody is interested, another way to get into our repeater, our main AllStar link repeater, that is. AllStar actually just has a built-in telephone number that you can dial. There's a one for the United States, 763-230-0000. You do need a free AllStar Link account. Once you do, though, you can actually dial that phone number from a regular telephone and then dial into our repeater and talk over it using just your telephone. So if anybody's interested, that's an option as well. But they call it, I think, auto patch or reverse auto patch. I'm not too sure, but that is an option for AllStar Link connected nodes if anybody's interested. All right, nearing the end of the net here. We have another 5 or so minutes. Comments, questions, further check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's Learning Net? Please call now.
Chad, Uncle Jonathan, just turn the radio on and want to do a late check-in.
Sounds good there, Chad. KF0 UUC got you checked in. A little bit scratchy on the signal there, but got you checked in. Thank you so much. This is K1DBC Net Control. I guess I'll take check-ins. Maybe the second to last call for check-ins. Anyone else? Last minute comments, questions, check-ins for the net? Please call now. This is K1DBC Net Control. Again, a little bit more, maybe just trivia. The female voice that you hear at the top of the hour, I think that is Allison Smith. AllStar Link is essentially built on what's called Asterisk, which is a voice over IP PBX system. Asterisk has been around for 10, 15 plus years now, and is kind of leader in that sector. If you're ever interested, you could check out more information on the official Asterisk YouTube channel. They have some pretty good media. They recently had a state of the project, I think a recent conference potentially, and a video from about 12 years ago. Allison Smith, if anybody's interested, to see the person behind the voice of not just our repeaters, but a lot of the Asterisk server installs itself.
Live. My name is Billy Chia, and I'm here with Allison Smith, the voice of Asterisk. Welcome, Allison.
Thanks, Billy.
And let's see, Allison.
All right, just a quick bit of trivia there. Voice actress Allison Smith. Comments, questions, check-ins, last minutes for the Learning Net here. Please call now. All right, can't thank enough Kenny for volunteering at the moment for our fourth Wednesday of the month net for during our board meeting, and I'm unable to attend the Learning Net here. KD0CGF, I will have get sent over the information for that. So if anybody is interested in taking net control operations Sundays or Wednesdays, the more hands make lighter work, as they say. So we'd love to have more people running nets, and as most of us say, if any one of us can do it, anyone else can do it. So it's pretty trivial, pretty easy to do nowadays with a script and the check-in tool. So again, send us over an email if you're ever interested. We'd love to see more people taking net control operations. About 30 seconds now till 8:30 p.m. I'm starting to sound like a talking clock now. Any last minute comments, questions, check-ins, please call now. Let's see, congrats again to Shay, call sign Kilo Foxtrot 0, Yankee Foxtrot uniform. New technician as of yesterday, it looks like. Again, can't thank of him enough for joining in, as well as Kilo 6 Alpha Kilo Sierra Javier. New names, new call signs. Love to always see that. And so welcome into the fold. And hopefully this is a long and helpful part of either your career or personal life. There's a lot that ham radio can teach, not just from a technical standpoint as well. So lots of cool stuff out there. With that, this is K1 DBC Net Control. This will be the last minute opportunity for check-ins. Last minute opportunity, if you'd like to check in just for the count or any other last minute traffic questions, please call now. Okay, not hearing anything at the moment. Let's see, the connection into our Echolink and DMR will stay up until about 8:45, and then it will automatically disconnect. So if anybody wants to play around with it, feel free to do so. Pardon me. Last opportunity. Final check-ins. Please call now. Okay, nothing heard. We will wrap the net up then. Can't thank enough everyone for checking in. We had a total of 11 check-ins. Really do appreciate that. Can't thank enough the Denver Radio Club for allowing us to use their repeaters. Thanks, let's see, to, again, everyone who's joined and has helped out. Join us on the third Wednesday of the month, 6 p.m. for an Elmers session prior to the regularly scheduled Denver Radio Club meeting at 7 p.m. These take place online. Sometimes they are hybrid in person as well. So listen out on the nets and check out our website, w0tx.org, for more information. Everyone can join that, whether you're a member or not, licensed or not. With that, please join us next Wednesday, 7:30 p.m., 1930 hours Mountain Time for the next Learning Net. This is K1 DBC 73, and I will be clear.
Hello and welcome to Asterisk Live. My name is Billy Chia and I'm here with Allison Smith, the voice of Asterisk. Welcome, Allison.
Thanks, Billy.
And let's see, Allison, you are the voice of Asterisk, so when we punch in a tone into our IVR and all of the default sound prompts in Asterisk are your voice.
That's me. That's me that tells people, congratulations, you have successfully installed the Asterisk open source PBX.
Which I love to hear all the time. And I especially like the G722 codec because then I get high fidelity, Allison.
There you go.
But you don't get more high fidelity than being able to hang
being right next to me, yes,
right next
absolutely.
To you. So how did you get started with being the voice of Asterisk?
You know, I was just approached by a couple of guys that used to work for Digium, and they wanted me to do some prompts, and they were pretty normal. There was a couple that were a little unusual, and I just did them and I thought it was kind of a one-off, and then it turned into this amazing thing where I got all this recurring business and got invited to Astricon, and I wasn't sure what to expect. In fact, I had a pep talk with myself and said, okay, you're really shy, you have to introduce yourself to people. I thought people wouldn't know who I was, and I was a little bit mobbed, actually. It was surreal and wonderful. I love Astricon.
So when you came to Astricon, and then everybody knew who you were.
They did. They did.
So they surely recognized your voice.
Yes. Also, I was only one of 3 females there, so that was another
at the first Astricon. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And in terms of your business, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I record IVR prompts all day, every day. You know, I do a lot of other voice talent stuff. I do broadcast and e-learning modules and stuff like that. I've even done talking products. I was the talking piggy bank for the Raspberry toy company for a few years, which was kind of fun. But IVR is kind of my specialty, so that's sort of what I do, and that's my niche.
Okay. So the idea is when folks want to have a professional voice actor do their IVR prompts, and when you call their company, they get the name of their company.
Yep.
It's highly customized, whatever they need in the prompts.
Absolutely.
It can be in your voice.
Yes, yeah, and that's especially appealing if they're implementing Asterisk, and they want that nice consistent sound throughout the entire system. It's great having a single voice doing everything.
Doing all the clips there.
Absolutely. I've called companies where they have almost like a mosaic of about 15 different voices.
Right.
And it just doesn't sound professional. So it's nice to have that seamless consistency.
Yeah, and so this is the default prompts there are in your voice, and then they can have custom prompts that match.
Yes.
So even a small business can sound like a much larger business with professional audio recording.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's pretty. That's a pretty nice way to go.
Yeah.
In terms of you've been in the Asterisk community for such a long time.
Yeah.
As you've seen it grow and change, what are some of the things that you've seen that are maybe different today about Asterisk than when you first got started?
It's a great question. I mean, I'm kind of not expert on the whole technical inner workings of Asterisk, but I noticed a shift a few years ago to kind of a more corporate feel of the attendees at AstroCon. There was less of a community feel, and I think everyone really seemed to notice the last AstroCon. There is more of a community, more of an open source feel, kind of a friendlier feel. I don't really know what that's attributable to. I really don't know what the explanation would be for that. It's everyone seems to be a lot more open with information, sharing bug fixes and knowledge, and it's a great community. It really is.
I think from a technical perspective, and I noticed similar things at the last AstroCon. So initially, Asterisk was, maybe more like a hobbyist project,
right?
10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And then it became a very corporate, very professional project used all over the world.
Yeah.
And maybe some of that tight-knit community wasn't there in the developer community.
Yes.
But with Asterisk 12, we released a new API, the Asterisk RESTful interface.
Yes.
And so I think the excitement around that RESTful interface brought a lot of developers to AstroCon, a lot of application developers.
Yes.
And so you started to see some of that startup feel and some of that energy there, along with the large businesses that are using Asterisk.
That's exactly it. I think I noticed more of a variety of the type of people. There's still some hobbyists, there's still some corporate people, but it's a real mix. It's a big kind of a pastiche of a bunch of different kinds of people that use Asterisk.
Excellent. Well, Allison, thank you for joining me here, and always love hanging out with you, and catch you next time.
Thank you.